The hand, please. Can we have the next two slides? So Mr. Carl Rusing on piano, whoever was here for meditation, how extraordinary was that? Can we give Carl a hand? For those of you who don't know, this is Carl's wheelhouse. He has recorded meditation CDs. So if you want to have that experience at home, talk to Carl, because I bet he's got some CDs in his car.
No.
Okay. But still, it's nice to, support you, right? In this. He said you can find him on YouTube and whatever, and I'm like, Spotify, yeah. But, wouldn't it be nice to have your hands on an actual CD and know that you're supporting Carl as well?
I have a few in the car.
Yeah, a few in the car, okay. All right, and then we have back with us Mr. Damian Graham, superstar on the drums. Can we give him a hand? He hasn't even started playing yet. Who was here on Friday night at SoJazz? Okay, I would have loved to have seen more hands go up, but oh my gosh, what a show. I'm going to be talking about it in a few minutes. But for now, I'm going to invite everyone to stand on up. Could we have the next slide, please, Glenn? The first lyric slide. And I'm going to invite Leslie on up to the stage. Glenn? Thank you. That one, yes. Okay, and so most of you know this tune. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We're going to sing it all together 2 times through, and then we're going to do a round. You guys are going to be the blues or the purples. You're going to be with me, and then you guys are going to be with Leslie, which is the lighter color, whatever it ends up being, maybe a lighter purple. Anyway, so I feel like I'm not down from that meditation. All right. Yeah, move your bodies a little. Wake up. Here we go. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. Opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. Opening, I am opening. Opening, I am opening. That whole thing again. Opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous
luminous love light of the one, opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one, opening, I am opening, opening, I am opening.
All right, go ahead and say hello to your neighbor. All right, everyone. I know there's a lot of love in the room, but come on back, and we're going to do this in a round. So you guys are the reds with Leslie. You guys are the blues with me, okay? But we're going to start it all together, and then we're going to sing the blue part. Here we go. Ready?
I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one, opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one.
All together.
Opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. Opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. Opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. Opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one.
Woo!
Good job, everybody.
VTC Community Choir in the seats. Amazing. Thank you, Leslie. Leslie and a special guest are going to be up on stage in just a few minutes. Whoo! That is a powerhouse tune. All right, can we give it up, please, again for Mr. Carl, who's singing on piano, and Damian Graham on drums. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to switch mics. That was a workout, even with a warm-up. So I'm just going to do some nervous system resetting right now as I talk to you. So welcome, everyone, to celebrate to Friendship Sunday here at the Victoria Truth Center. How amazing it is to see so many beautiful faces in the room here, and I am knowing that there are some people tuning in online as well. And so I'm also super excited because it's Friendship Sunday, and a bunch of you brought friends. So thank you. So who is it that is brand new here for the first time on a Sunday at VTC? We got a few hands going up. All right, so in the house today we have Peter, we have Aaron, we have, for the first time on a Sunday, but not the first time, Aaron, we have Rob, and then we have Eric. Could we please give them, oh, sorry, and Morag, yep. No. Winnie is a staple of this community. All right, so could we please welcome these 5 beautiful, brilliant souls the way we do at VTC? We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. Thank you for being with us today. So where exactly are you? Where did your friends bring you today? Well, backslide, please. You are here at the Victoria Truth Center where we come together every single time to basically do one thing and one thing only, and that is to celebrate the love that we truly are. And the reason that we do this is because we believe that there is only one thing going on. And whether you call it love or spirit or source, creativity, energy, the quantum field, God, whatever, the word or the label is so much less important than actually feeling, experiencing, knowing in every single fiber of your being that each and every one of us is that. Because if there's only one thing, there's only that. There can't be something else, because then there wouldn't be just one, right? And yet, this one thing, this energy, this creativity, this power, presence, and profundity is constantly, forever expressing itself in, through, around, and as everyone and everything in gazillions of unique, original, never to be repeated again ways. And so I am knowing that right here, right now, Reverend Blenda is love. I mean, who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know Blenda, right? The Reverend Blenda is love. That Carl is love. That Damien is love. That the music that we just heard and experienced in our bodies, that is love. The technology in this room that is allowing us to connect with so many people beyond these walls, that is love expressing. Everyone and everything is all of that energy, that dynamism, that creativity showing up in the world every moment of every day. And the reason we come together to celebrate is so that not only we can remember, not only so we can remind each other, but so that we can show up more and more and more as that. Because the more we do it for ourselves, the more that ripple effect goes out into every relationship we have, every connection we have, and all over the world and beyond. How does that sound on a Sunday morning here at VTC? All right, so let us also remember where we are doing this celebrating. That we are gathered on the Kwangin territorial land, the land of the Songhees and Esquimalt nations, and what a gift and blessing it is to be here now, together in community, on these lands, in this space, in this time, in this moment, all of which have been stewarded with such reverence, with such poise, and such love. What a gift and blessing it is to be able to work and breathe and play and live and co-create together on these lands. Haichka. All right, so now I'm going to invite back to the stage Ms. Leslie, who also happens to be our super amazing admin support specialist, for those of you who don't know. And we have done this tune several times before. This is it for the lyrics. This is it. The title of the song, that's the lyrics, for those people who don't know it. And this is an opportunity to just really turn within and to once again experience love, spirit, God, source, whatever, in our being, in our bodies, in every single cell, system, and organ, and to just be so aware that it's all around us, everyone and everything in this room and beyond. So if you'd like to sing along, please do. And if you would just like to close your eyes and just be, in the infusion and the immersion, do that too. All right?
Open wide my heart. 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 as I open wide my heart to these rhythms and beats. What a gift and blessing it is to be here now. Alive, awake, aware, aglow. And so knowing that each breath is an opportunity to open up just a little bit more, knowing that each now moment is an opportunity to approach life with curiosity and wonder and a childlike mind. What a gift and blessing it is to be here now, together, in community, as we all open our hearts wide, as we all expand into more beautiful, more powerful, more joyful, and more connected ways of being. And so knowing that every single aspect of today's Friendship and Celebrate Sunday is pure love, pure creativity, pure joy expressing, I simply release my word as law, knowing that right here, right now, today's Celebrate Sunday and every single element of it is all so good. And so with deep gratitude, with a smile on my face and in my heart, I release, I let go, and I bask in this incredible, amazing, divine, energetic flow. As together we say, and so it is. Open wide my heart. 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 So let's just bask in this openness and expansion, this raised frequency and vibration of love for just a few more moments. Taking the opportunity to bring into our hearts someone we know and love, someone we know could do with some affirmative prayer or spiritual support. And let us hold these beloveds in our hearts, holding them in consciousness, knowing that whatever it is that they are experiencing, whatever it is that they are going through, that all of that is being tended to, that they are fully supported in every way, shape, and form, and for us to focus on the wholeness, allness, and wellness of their being. And knowing that there is only one breath, one life, one love, one mind, one heart. As we know for our individual beloveds, we can automatically know and amplify for everyone and everything. So let us all focus on peace and love and kindness and compassion, knowing that love is who and what we truly are, and love is all there is. I invite everyone to receive a gentle cleansing breath in and release
Just opening your eyes if you haven't done so already. Thank you for your consciousness. Thank you for the love you are. And thank you, Leslie and Carl and Damien, for that amazing rendition of Open Wide My Heart. You can go ahead and clap for them. We are moving into our theme for the month, which is, gentlemen, if you want to go and have a seat, you're welcome to. There were a couple of seats. Oh, okay, they're marked. Oh, no. Glenn will let you know where you can sit. So our theme for the month, we have a theme every single month to sort of anchor us in growth, in opening, in expansion. And this month, our theme happens to be the third value on the VTC Values Compass, which is openness. And the affirmation to go with that theme is, Glenn, Mahoney, Clicker, thank you. I live every aspect of life with openness, curiosity, and wonder. Glenn is totally like juggling a whole bunch of balls right now, so thank you very much. And putting on the twinkle lights, which I forgot to do. Yay! So because we have such a beautiful house filled with so much amazing energy, I would really like all of us to just tune into this affirmation and just notice what is happening for you in your body, in your heart, in your mind as you read these words. And then I'd like us all to say it together. And you can do it with as much or as little enthusiasm as you want, however you are feeling in the moment. All of it is welcome. But I just like to do this together, especially because this is our last Sunday before we close for a couple of weeks. So we won't be together again until September 13th. But anyway, I live every aspect of life with openness, curiosity, and wonder. What is happening for you? What is landing for you? Tune in, and let's receive a big breath. And together, I live every aspect of life with openness, curiosity, and wonder. So I am loving seeing Winnie smiling the way she is smiling right now. It is so beautiful. Eric, same thing. And so now is an opportunity, if someone has something that they would like to share into community about openness or this affirmation, or just something that's alive for you right now in this moment with what's happening, I have this fabulous piece of technology here that makes sure that your communication is sent out to the world and beyond. So I'm thinking there might be one person here today that has a brief share that they might like to offer into community about openness, or about curiosity, wonder, and Reverend Raymond. Ding, ding, ding. You did put up your hand. Did you? He did. He did this. That's the universal signal for I have something to say.
Curiosity and wonder. Isn't that what children do?
Is it?
Yes. I'm a child. Are we all children inside of us?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say I am so grateful to be here. I call it my spiritual nutrition, where I give and receive this wonderful thing we call love. And Rev.Lesia, you focused on that so well. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Raymond. You are a cornerstone and pillar of our community, so thank you too. Thank you. Winnie.
There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Winnie, in case you haven't met me yet, but I think I've met everyone. I just was smiling because of yesterday. I went for an ocean dip at the beach below where I live in James Bay, and there were 6 Japanese students, young girls, on the beach trying to take a selfie of themselves. So I was in my bathing suit. I came up and motioned that I'd like to take it. I took the picture. They giggled, they laughed. We didn't speak the same language. I knew one thing, sayonara. And those kids ended up with me for about 2 hours. It was really, really fun. I took them to Beacon Hill Park. Somehow they
ran. I had my bike, and we went to a little sing thing that was happening there yesterday. And they were sitting there quietly at this singing thing, and one of them put a little message in front of me saying, in English, "How long does this go on till?" This was about maybe 2 hours into our, and I said, another hour and a half, I wrote. So they said they had to go, we motioned. It was really, really great. But this was about this statement, openness, curiosity, and wonder. I loved their energy. I've got photos to boot. We had so much fun. And it's just the connection was terrific. I got all their names. It's really great. One day I might make it to Japan. You never know. There you go.
Thank you.
Anybody speak Japanese here? I'm looking around. I kept asking everyone.
All right. Thank you, Winnie. Can we give Winnie a hand? For those who are just meeting Winnie for the first time today, Winnie is one of those people who truly is an ambassador of love. Just joy and love personified. I mean, the number of times you've told this kind of story where you meet someone for the first time and then they spend like half a day with you. It's just like, it's incredible. Thank you. You're such a gift. Okay, so next slide, please. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go to Parkwood Place, which is a seniors community. I might be mixing up my directions, but I think it's in that direction. And met with a lovely group of ladies. Some of them have been here on Sunday a couple of times before. And the reason that I'm going is because there are many other faiths that are represented by people who come and hang out with them, but there are some who wanted something non-denominational and some specifically New Thought. And so yesterday was sort of the first official, gathering that we had, and it was so great. I think it was just 6 of us because apparently it wasn't promoted in their little calendar, so a bunch of people didn't know last minute because there were like 12 the first time. But it was so great because what I decided to do was offer them our theme, an affirmation for the month, and then just sort of open it up for discussion, and what's coming up for you. And they all just got in there, talking. A few of them were a little shy first, but then everyone had something to offer. And what was really interesting was that after everybody shared, these big topics came up. Like, some might think big, heavy topics like Hitler, evil, disease, murder, having a difference of opinion, and oneness. And it was really interesting when someone was talking about 3 of these sort of in one go and brought up this thing that sometimes can come up in New Thought, which is spiritual bypass, which is kind of like, it's all good, it's all God. Just think positive and you'll be fine. Even change your thinking, change your life. Even though the crux of that statement I agree with, I feel like it is oversimplified. And I feel like maybe 200 years ago when the New Thought movement started, and I mean the principles that we teach in New Thought are, centuries, millennia, like time immemorial old, but the way that they have been offered, the way they started was you can heal anything just by using your mind. So basically change your mind and you can change your life experience. But sometimes that can become just this sort of pat response to things that we actually are experiencing and feeling. And so when these topics came up and these things, these questions, then for me it was such an amazing opportunity to, instead of offer any kind of responses or answers or like, well, this is what we teach, was to say, well, can you tell me more about that? And what do you think? And then to just facilitate the discussion as people kind of, heard what someone else had to say. And, oh, I didn't think of it that way before. Thanks for sharing that kind of perspective. And what came up in this conversation was that it really comes down to perspective and the meaning that we ascribe to things and how curious and open we are about maybe learning something new or maybe being introduced to a different way of thinking. Because for a lot of us, we can be pretty set in our ways. And even if they are good ways, that can be like, this is working for me, so I'm just going to keep going with it. But I say this almost every week. In the quantum field, if there are infinite possibilities, then infinite possibilities, right? And even if things are going well, even if we are super attached to ways in our life that work, relationships that are fulfilling, there is always more, because there is this field of infinite potentiality that is at our disposal according to how we use our mind and how we open our heart. All of that to say that these experiences that we might have, like sickness, like anger, like anxiety, like relationships that seemingly fall apart, losing our job, losing our home, war, famine, murder, all the things that we were talking about yesterday, it doesn't dismiss any of that. And so when one of the people in the community yesterday was talking about a counseling session that they had many, many years ago with a minister, it reminded me of a conversation that came up in the minister's support circle that I was in earlier, or last week, through the affiliated New Thought Network, and how this idea of spiritual malpractice came up. And it's a heavy topic, and it's something that people might not be aware of, and it's something that ministers or practitioners might not be even aware that they're doing. And I have to say, as I was listening to a lot of these ministers who are way more seasoned than I am, I mean, I am a baby still. You know, I only graduated 3 years ago, and so you guys have a baby as a minister, right? So I am learning every day, and these talks are as much for me, these experiences are as much for me as they are for our community, you know? But anyway, so going back to, this person had a session with someone who just continued to emphasize, just think positive. Just think positive. Don't think about all the stuff you're going through, but just think positive. And this didn't work. This didn't work, and this person never went back to that minister again. And the reason that this doesn't work is because all of a sudden, it's like there's a label put on what the person is experiencing. You know, like if it's about health, well, health is either good, or health is good, but disease is bad. You know, so if you aren't healthy, successful, and happy, then you're not living your life properly. You're not living correctly. You're not doing it right. If you are feeling sick or struggling or depressed, then you're doing it wrong, right? And so the thing here, you can actually distill it even further. You know, if you're healthy, successful, and happy, then you're good, you're worthy, you're of value. If that's to underline the point, thank you. You know, but if you're feeling sick, struggling, and oppressed, then you're wrong. There's something wrong with you. You're bad. You're unworthy, right? That's the implication that is there. Even if the intention is well-meaning, that's still what can end up happening. And that doesn't serve anyone because it completely dismisses the experience that a person might be having. And so what happens here is then the person can identify with the condition or the experience even more than they might be already. They haven't received the support, and they haven't received the opportunity to actually open up to a different way of being and know that they're not actually their feelings, their beliefs, their experiences, that there's that in them that is so much bigger, but you got to meet them where they're at, right? You can't just put all this stuff to them, you know, like right away and go, okay, you know, think positive, change your thinking, change your life, you're good now. So it was a really deep, heavy discussion, and what it really made me think of is how New Thought itself as a movement, as a philosophy, is evolving, and how it's not maybe as simple as it was 200 years ago, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago when I started my journey. And I have to say, when I came out of practitioner studies, I'm like, I'm a practitioner, I know what to do, here's the thing, here's the principles, this is all we have to focus on, because that's what we're taught. We're like, focus, 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 focus. And then you kind of step out into the real world, and it's like, whoa, the real world is very gray and mishmashy and prismatic and different, and we are such complex beings. So even as God, as Spirit, as Source, as that incredible, amazing allness, we're still having our very human experience. And that means that that human experience needs attention and needs tending. And something as simple as change your thinking, change your life, or just think positive, or just be happy, may not be enough to help us navigate what it is we're navigating. So let's go back to Friday, when there was this epic Spirit of Jazz and Soul concert here at the Victoria Truth Center, the last one to close out our summer series. And Mr. Damien Graham, over there in the corner, it was his trio. And you, not another one. And it was epic. It was so phenomenal. This room was filled with so much life, so much joy, so much laughter. Everybody discovered what a comedian Damien is, stand-up comedian, in addition to being a fantastic drummer. And we heard him sing for the very first time. But he also told these incredible stories, and through those stories, we got to know him. And it was just such an incredible mini evolution of getting to know someone who's been here numerous times, yet here in this incredible setting on Friday, like, we got to know what an amazing dad he is. We got to know that his family has this cat called Mittens, that went through something, and they supported her and how much she means to the family. And then we also got to hear stories of him as a musician. And as he was talking about what it was like to be a musician in the 90s, he was talking about how many different concerts and shows he would play throughout the year, like 200 plus with a bunch of different artists, a bunch of different groups. And so can you imagine, even for those of people here who aren't musicians, how many songs he must know and how many different things he must have played and all the different people and experiences of music he must have had? And then he was talking about these old-timey guys, and then he started talking like this, like a coal miner, like a prospector or something, talking about these old guys who only knew 10 songs, and that was okay with them. And he kept using this voice and kept telling this story and talking about how, these guys only knew these 10 songs, and so what would it be like for them, to work through the year? How many different shows could they do with only those 10 same things, right? Just recycled again and again and again. Now, of course, every single moment is a brand new moment, so every single song, every single experience, every single performance, it's all new in the moment, but still, repertoire of hundreds or thousands of songs compared with repertoire of 10, huge. And there was another story that he was telling when he was talking about, and actually this was related, about dinosaurs and the extinction of dinosaurs and how the only ones who are crying for the dinosaurs are the dinosaurs. And that the whole point of this was you have to evolve in order to grow, in order to expand, in order to connect more fully, in order to experience that incredible, amazing awesomeness that we are. We have to evolve. We can't do anything but evolve because the energy that we are is not static in and of itself. It is always moving. It is always creating. It is always expanding. It is always unleashing itself in, through, around, and as everyone and everything. And on Friday night, did we ever get the opportunity to expand in community and energy in this space together? On Friday night, it was such an incredible opportunity for this physical space to open up to a more expanded way of being. I've said numerous times that the space itself is calling in these extraordinary musicians, and what a gift and blessing it is to be able to be on the receiving end of that gift. So the title of my talk today is, What If We Stay Curious? Okay, and I love this little photo of this lemur or monkey or whatever it is, but what if we stay curious? What if instead of trying to look for answers, we just remained open? Because evolution itself relies on openness, right? And openness relies on curiosity. Curiosity creates opportunity for dialogue, for shifting perspective, and growing by asking questions rather than needing to find answers. And so going back to this incredible conversation and discussion that happened at Parkwood Place yesterday, I felt so honored to be in the company of these people who were curious enough to, even though they just offered a perspective, to go, okay, let me consider something different. Thank you for sharing that with me. And that to me is just, it's so wonderful to hear, because there has been and there is so much polarization in the world. But because we are the ones creating our life experience, because we have agency on how we feel, what we choose, we got to be aware that we're choosing, but because we have agency, then there is always an infinite number of ways that we can respond to something, even when it feels like, I don't have a choice. There is a choice. It may not be obvious in the moment, But because there are infinite ways of experiencing any given moment, there are choices that maybe we're not even thinking of at that time. So the conversation led to this, openness, what if we stay curious thing, and it's not just in terms of what's going on out there or in relationship with other people, but most importantly, for ourselves. How can we be more curious about the thoughts we're thinking, the beliefs that we're holding dear, the stories that we've been telling and retelling? Can we get curious about them? Can we notice more? Can we pay attention more? And then can we open up to thinking new thoughts, to entertaining new beliefs, to telling and writing new stories so that we can experience something new and different? I'm not going to stand here and say, yes, that's the way. I am opening this up to you. I'm opening it up to all of us. What if we stay curious? And so in the end, what if instead of looking for answers, we asked more questions? And what if instead of holding firm to our beliefs, circumstances, and stories, we tried on new beliefs? We shifted perspective and we wrote new stories. Curiosity is integral to evolution, and the more open we are, the more we evolve. The more we evolve, the better equipped we are to keep opening up to the infinite possibilities of being. Thank you, and so it is. So now is an opportunity for some conscious connection. So if you would like to hang out with 2 or 3 people nearby or someone you haven't talked to before, I invite you to just get into a little group of 2 or 3 around a table or move your chairs around a little bit, and then I will ding the meditation bowl when it's time to come back. If this isn't your jam, having a more intimate conversation with someone, then feel free to go outside, make yourself some tea, just, take 5, and then you will come back and join us for some more music as well. Thank you.
this too. I don't know if did you look over the, do you know anything about it? It's got a lot of shots, even in the beginning, first chorus.
You guys are good on the beginning? Just like, bump.
Yeah, so you can play that one for me.
Yeah.
I'll do a piano duet.
Yeah. I was like, I know Carl can do the glissando. He'll be fine. And then the end just goes into the like fake double time. It's like, and then I'll do like a stop, and then we'll do our little thing, and that's it. Right? It's 2 minutes of our lives. We'll be fine. Nothing could go wrong. I didn't know the first song we sang today, and that worked out. Thanks, guys.
Is this on? Yeah, now it is. Okay, fantastic. So, as everyone's coming back into formation, just a few announcements. Coming up next month, on the last Sunday of the month, Sunday, September 27th, is the annual One Spirit Festival. Oh, I didn't do this. The annual One Spirit Festival at the Hindu Temple in Saanich. It is put on by the Victoria Multi-Faith Society, of which I sit on the board, and the Hindu Parashad Community and Cultural Center. It is an amazing, amazing time where various faiths are represented by a song, a dance, some kind of artistic offering. And Leslie and I are actually going to do the New Thought thing. And then there are going to be, I think, at least 8 other presenters. We're just getting all that organized. And then after that happens, there is a lovely, delicious East Indian vegetarian meal that is served that everybody can partake in. And just before that, there's also a special prayer that they do in the temple that everyone gets to participate in. It is such an amazing event. It is so beautiful. I'm going to keep talking about this when we come back in September. But mark your calendars for this event. It is technically free, but we do like to give donations because it goes to support the Hindu Parashad Temple and the food that they prepare for us. Next slide, please. All right, who are the board of directors people here today? All right, do you guys want to stand and be recognized so people can see you? Okay, so we have Mary, we have Linda, and we have Denise. These are board members. Are there past board members present? I'm just looking around. Juliana was here, okay. So these are some of the hardest working volunteers in the community, and so I just want to give them some big love because it is not an easy task to be on the board. Sometimes it can feel like a part or even full-time job, but everyone is so dedicated and so committed, and I feel so incredibly blessed to be able to work with each of you. And then we also have Sandy, who is away right now. We also have Stephanie, who isn't here with us. And then we also have Daniel. And yes, then there is me. Laura, thank you. So let's love up our board of directors. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for your commitment to VTC. Woo! Stay standing. Next slide, please. All right, and now anyone who has volunteered for VTC in any capacity ever, please stand and be recognized. And I know that there are lots of people who are going to stand up, whether you're on the prayer team, whether you do gardening for us, whether you do setup or cleanup, hospitality, whether you bring friends, that's a way of participating, so you can also stand. We have our musicians, we have our tech team. So many people contribute to every single thing that happens in our organization. And so let's love up our volunteers. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for your commitment to VTC. Next slide. And now without you, there would be no community. So I invite everyone to stand on up because everyone is part of our community, whether you are a member or not. Because if you weren't here, then I'd be talking to an empty room and these guys would just be rehearsing, right? So thank you so much for being a part of our community. Thank you for growing with us. So let's love all of us up. We love you, we appreciate you, and we thank you for your commitment to VTC. Woo! Okay, go ahead and sit down. One more Elevate before we close. This coming Thursday from 7 to 8:30. The usual stuff is happening, but it's going to be a little extra special. So if you have been, I invite you to join us for our final spiritual salon of the summer. And then come in September when we start up again on the 10th. It's going to be a brand new book and a brand new experience. If you're interested in anything happening at VTC, go to the events page. There are some tent cards where you can scan the QR code and you can learn about anything that's going on at VTC on that events page. Next. What's today, people? It's Community Picnic Day. So I want to say thank you to Rev.Lesia, to Winnie, to John for helping to organize. So if people aren't aware, after Celebrate ends, we are taking our bag lunches and we're going down to Beacon Hill Park between 1 and 4. We're going to hang out with each other and we're going to celebrate each other. We're going to enjoy. Sherry Morgan is going to do a special wisdom tree meditation practice. You put your hand up again. Yeah, but for people. Okay, people online need to hear.
Yes, and so where it is in Beacon Hill Park, because that's a big park, we are going to, there's parking in the parking lot on Ring Road, and right across from the parking, which is beside the children's farm or the petting zoo, is an area next to a rose garden. And it's a nice grassy area. That's where we're planning to be, to bring your chair, bring your bagged lunch, bring your smiles, a blanket, if you like, and a friend or 2 or 3, and come and have some fun. How many are planning to go to the picnic today? We got a few.
Woo!
Excellent. And all newcomers are welcome. Good stuff. I'm glad to see. We'll see you there.
All right, thank you very much. Next slide, please. All right, now is time for our abundance bowl to come around, and that means it is an opportunity to share, to give, to spread the love so that we can keep offering this kind of amazing community programming and so that we can generously donate to different organizations in the city. And so we have this Spirit of Giving Challenge. Every time you donate to VTC, your name goes into a draw. Here's my intentional tithe for today, which I gotta say I doubled because I knew that today was gonna be special. Every time you donate, your name goes into a draw, and then once a month at Celebrate and at Elevate, we pull a name, and those people get to decide where VTC donates the following month. And so I am delighted to say that for this month, I was chosen at Celebrate, I think, and so my donation is going to go to Tennis for Kids, which was founded by Cy. Is that correct? You found it? Yes, by Cy Silverberg, one of our members. And so Cy is going to come and talk to us about Tennis for Kids in October. And then Sandy was the other person, and so Sandy gets to decide. And I don't know where Sandy's going to send her or where she's going to choose. But anyway, every time you donate, your name goes into that draw. So if you want to have a hand in saying where it is that VTC extends its generosity, I invite you to give. All right, here's this. Okay, next slide. Generosity affirmation. Let's all say it together, shall we? In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By embracing generosity with enthusiasm and delight, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is. And now I'm going to welcome back to the stage Leslie Hodgkinson, and a special vocal superstar making her debut on the VTC stage, Laura Messerschmidt. And you know what? Because we're running long, this is going to be our closing tune. So if you want to stand up and get into it, Leslie and Laura are going to guide us. And so guys, this will be our closing tune. Okay? Fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, and there is a chorus, so if you guys get into it and you hear it enough times, please feel free to sing along.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got problems, baby. You know you got them too. But I'm a classy lady, and I don't like to stew, so I'll let you in on what's getting me through. I got so much love in my heart, and I don't quite know when to stop, but I know it's gonna come from my soul.
Oh, yes, it will now.
So much love in my heart, and I don't quite know when to stop, but I know it's gonna come from my soul.
Boy, I'm complicated. I don't know about you. Indisgusted related. There's no telling what I'll do. I can button it up and prove my love to you.
I got so much love in my heart, and I don't quite know when to stop, but I know it's gonna come from my soul.
Oh, yes, it will now.
I got so much love in my heart, and I don't quite know when to stop, but I know it's gonna come from my soul. Love is all it takes to end a war. I know within my heart it's never too late to start.
I got so
Much love in my heart, and I don't quite know when to stop, but I know it's gonna come from my soul.
Oh, yes, it will now.
I got so much love in my heart, and I don't quite know when to stop, but I know it's gonna come from my soul. So much love in my heart. I got so much love in my soul. Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, 2, 3, 4, stop. This love that I've got is gonna come from my soul. Ooh, yeah.
Leslie Hodgkinson, Alora Messerschmidt, Carl Rusing on piano, Damian Graham on drums. Thank you, Nico and Lucas on tech today. Thank you, Glenn, for being on clicker and helping out with a whole bunch of stuff. Thank you, Winnie, for greeting. Thank you, everyone who tuned in person, online. We love you. We appreciate you. We are so glad you're here. And we will see you at the picnic right now. But otherwise, we're coming back on Sunday, August 13th. All right, gentlemen, take it away. Sunday, September 13th for Celebrate. All right, go ahead and say goodbye to your neighbors.